Well, I have to tell you, when I started the Nutnfancy project, I really didn't envision it to go the way that it has gone. There's a lot of good information out there on knives, a lot of good reviews that I respect, and I'm just a data point. I've said that all along. However, much to my surprise, a lot of viewers, and I'm talking a lot, use the Nutnfancy project as a source for their blades and what they are going to spend their money on. And I'm humbled by this, and I don't say that by way of self-aggrandizement, not at all. But I tell you that by way of getting back to my Nutnfancy update that I give you guys. I really wish I had a lot more gear vids out there, because since guys are spending their money on blades, on guns, all kinds of other gear like backpacking and tactical gear, I wish I had it all out there right now, today. That way you have all the information available, at least my perspective, and for what it's worth, and that's probably not a lot, I understand that, but a lot of guys want it, so I'm working hard to give it to you. This is one of those items that I wish I had out there, 3 months ago, because guys are buying EDC blades based on the previous reviews I've done, but this definitely needs to go into the mix. And this is the outstanding Benchmade 556 Mini-Griptilian EDC knife. It took me a while to get these for review purposes, at least the bottom two. The top one's mine, that olive drab one in D2 steel, Cabelas only version. But man, what a great EDC blade this is, and you definitely need to consider it in your shopping. Now, let me first get the price out of the way. It is not a cheap knife, but which Benchmades, I'm talking the regular line of Benchmades, are inexpensive? Pretty much none of them. They're all kind of pricey. These will run in the $60-ish range, a little bit more, a little bit less, depends where you go. Yourcornerstore.com is my favorite currently. It's just an awesome place for blades. And I'm so sorry that Europe doesn't have a place like that. I always talk to my European subscribers and they go, dude, where do I buy my blades at? I'm like, I'm still at a loss. If you guys know of a good European place that gives excellent prices and great customer service, put it in the comments, please, to help our European viewers out. Not just European, New Zealand and Australian guys too. Got a lot of those too. We love you. Let's get on with the review, man. This is a wicked blade for EDC, and that's what I'm going to classify it as. It is a pure EDC blade. I'm not even going to talk to tactical functionality. Yeah, you probably could have a little bit there, but it's a small blade. It's not very big. And guess what? I like small blades for EDC use. This one's 2.9 inches in length. These particular models, the blue and the yellow featured, are 440C blades. The latest versions of the 556 and also the 555, I forget which one is the whole version. I think that's the 555, has a deployment hole versus a thumb stud. Anyways, both of those are now made in, they are saying, the improved 154 cm steel, which by all accounts is a better steel. However, if I have a blade in 440C, I don't feel like that it sucks. Now, you give me a blade in 420 or 440A steel, not too happy with it. I find they're very soft and do not hold an edge. 440C, though, is adequate, especially for EDC. Holds an edge adequately, easy enough to sharpen, no big deal. So this is a Mini-Griptilian. You've seen the bigger version, I'm sure, and this is just the more portable one. Let's look at that blade. Love the blade shape. Not much I can say bad about it. For EDC, it just works great. It's not full flat ground, but for my EDC blades, that's not totally necessary. One of my favorite EDC blades remains a SOG Flash series, the Flash 1 specifically, and that is a full flat ground blade. Love it. I got one here somewhere. Let me see if I can grab it. You've seen it a lot. I've shown it to you in a number of other videos. And here it comes. Probably dirty from use. That would be a full flat ground SOG Flash 1. You can see I've used that blade quite a bit. So yeah, if I can get a full flat ground blade, I'll take it. This one obviously is not full flat ground. It is flat ground coming from mid-spine, not hollow ground. Remember, you can detect that hollow grinding just by running your thumb as such. If you detect an indentation, let me wipe the blade off, then you'll know it's hollow ground. Look at the blade finish on that. Isn't that beautiful? It's that kind of a bright stone wash finish. Love that. Just awesome. They come razor sharp, by the way, the 556 mini grips. And this one did not need to be reprofiled, according to its owner. I would agree with that. And there's the yellow one. I can't remember if he said he got this one reprofiled or not. I think he did. I think this one has been professionally sharpened by Razor's Edge. Yep, it has. It is sharper than the stock blue by a slight amount, but it is indeed sharper. Anyways, the deployment on these knives, a little bit of smudge mark there, is fast and secure. Comes out just like all the Griptilians do. Locks very solidly in place, and there's really nothing bad I can say about it. I mean, look at that. No side-to-side play, no up and down play. Are you surprised? You shouldn't be, because it's a Benchmade. How you doing? I would expect nothing less, of course. The weight is decent, 2.6 ounces. No, it's not the svelte weight, which is, what, 1.2, 1.4 ounces of the SOG Flash 1. But anytime I'm under 3 ounces for an EDC blade, dude, that's in the ballpark. I'm happy with that. The blade shape, again, good belly here, false swedge here on the top. Just a good looking blade with some flats here with the Benchmade logo, of course. Then on the other side, stamped with the type of steel that it's made in. 440C again for the yellow and blue versions I'm showing you. Yes, it's a Mel Pardue design. Awesome. So great sweep. I mean, what else can I say about the blade? It's perfect for EDC. Well, let me put this caveat on. I wouldn't say perfect. To me, a perfect EDC blade is along the lines of a Flash, which is fairly thin. Because a thinner blade like the Flash 1 that I'm showing you on the right-hand side, to me, slices better and cuts better with all kinds of tasks. But this isn't much behind. But I got to keep it real, and that's just my 2 cents on that. What about those colors? Isn't that cool? And it does come in different colors. That gets to the second kind of cool, and that is just enjoyment and collectability. I'm sure some of you guys out there have a whole collection of Mini-Griptilians, and man, am I envious, because I just dig them. They're beautiful colors. I mean, you know, why would you collect stamps when you can collect something useful like a knife? I mean, honestly, this is a tool you can use in all types of situations, and yes, it has that enjoyment factor too. No knock on you stamp collectors out there, but man, to me, knives is where it would be, totally. How about that handle? No surprises here. It's typical Mini-Griptilian or Griptilian-like. Has a FRN handle with nested steel liners. Are they drilled out? Nope, they're not. Solid steel, pretty much. That gives maybe just a little bit extra weight, but again, it's less than 3 ounces, so it's minimal. There's that standard Benchmade clip that is reversible left to right, and thank heavens they put it on the right side. I know some of you guys who like, you know, your tip down carry don't like it, but I like tip up carry. It just is a faster deployment for me, and I don't think it's a safety hazard whatsoever. Call me crazy. What else do I need to say about the axis lock? Nothing. I've already covered that in a lot of my other videos. It's fast, it's secure, it's probably my overall favorite locking mechanism. I have to be careful by saying that because there are so many good ones out there. I like the Flash locking mechanism. You know, I love that. I think it's fine. But the axis, the same concept really, but I just love the axis lock. Very nice. Ergonomic handle. It is smaller, so if you're used to the larger size Griptilian, this is going to be one that's been put in the shrinking machine. And it's perfect for EDC. Now, it is going to be a little bit thicker. Along with those ergonomics in hand means that it's a thicker handle. Comparatively speaking to, again, the Flash 1. You can see, indeed, it's thicker. Most guys will not care about that. It'll work just fine. It's not a flow-through design, but neither is the Flash 1. It's closed on the back end, so if you get it some blood, muck, or gunk in there, you're going to have to probably spray it out with some high-pressure air, high-pressure water. If you dunk it in salt water, I would highly recommend taking it apart and getting behind those nested stainless steel liners so you can wash it out. Otherwise, it will indeed rust. Can you take it apart? Yep. Just get that mini toolkit that I've talked about that Benchmade makes. It has those mini Torx drivers in it. You can take the clip off, reverse it. You can take the handle apart, reverse it. Jimping is standard Griptilian, pretty much aesthetic only. There's a criticism for you. They should make that a lot sharper, so here in the finger area and on top near the thumb ramp, which isn't much of one, we could lock in better. I mean, it's better than nothing, but not by a large amount. Here's this Cabelas only one. This one is in D2 steel. Look at that handle, how cool that is. Olive drab in color. I just love that. And yes, it's available exclusively through Cabelas, unless you, of course, you go to the secondary market. You can probably find it in other places as well. Black coated D2 blade. D2 is a very brittle steel, guys. I would not recommend it as an outdoor wilderness blade. Under high shock loads, it will snap on you. However, in an EDC roll, you bet. I think it's very useful because it's going to hold an edge better. It's basically a tool steel with just a very slight amount of rust resistance to it. I love it though. For a little blade like this, no problemo. D2 just rocks. There's your butterfly emblem from Benchmade. Yeah, this one's a lot more expensive. I mean, I think this one is going to run around 90 bucks. That's right. Got it as a gift from my wife, so really cool job there, hon. But yeah, you're not going to, anytime you go exclusive, and including through Cabelas, expect to pony up for the money. Put a lanyard on it, and yes, that lanyard holder is functional, and you can use it as such. What else can I say? Not much. It is an ideal EDC blade. Fast, it locks up sure. Has some great colors, so it'll give you the second type of cool, that is the collectability and enjoyment factor. Maxes that out. It's available even in pink, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, you know what? Before I end, I got to show you some variations on it as well. And that is the pink mini grip. Detaching from the tripod here, and let me show you as this boots up some variations of the mini grip. There's that pink one right there. Whoops, missed it. Sorry. We're on the Benchmade website. Fortunately, they didn't have any goofy copy there. Okay, there's the silver one with olive drab handle. That's cool. Actually, that's black handle. It's hard to see on my screen. There's your partially serrated one. I recommend against that. I like plain edge always. There's that blue one I just showed you. Again, these newer ones are in 154 cm steel. There's your retail price, $102. That's not super cheap. Partially serrated blue. There's your yellow again, and then we get to the special edition versions available from the Cabelas website, which I just showed you. Now, as time goes on, will they change it? You bet. They're going to probably do different colors, different steels, just like all manufacturers generally do. But I think the 556 is here to stay because it's such a successful and useful everyday carry blade. Thanks for tuning in. I probably missed stuff. I usually do. May annotate it. Rock on, man. Thanks for tuning in. Nutnfancy out.